That's right, we partnered with QA1 to get the Trans Am hooked up. That's right, guys, we partnered with QA1 to get the Trans Am hooked up. They were gracious enough to sponsor me for the 2025 year, and I can't be more grateful to that, and I look forward to possibly more partnerships in the future, as they are one of the best, if not the best, suspension company for aftermarket parts and suspensions out on the market for, you know, a lot of classic cars. And, you know, they're getting into some more newer stuff as well. So if you have been paying attention to my posts and stuff, they just released their 3rd gen handling kits. We didn't get the entire handling kit, as I already had some of those parts and stuff like that, but we got basically most of it. So let's start unboxing and check out what we got here, as I haven't even opened a single box yet, and it's been killing me all day. So I want to dive in here and see what we have for parts. Let's start with this one first, as I'm not really sure what's in this box. All right, here we go. First cut. All right. We'll open this up. We'll maybe throw some of the parts on the table here. All right. What do we have? Some bearing kits and spanner wrenches. Those will come in handy later, as you might know what those are for. This is the QA1 bump steer kit for the 3rd gen Camaros and Firebirds. So this is helpful if you lower your car and need to correct that suspension geometry to make sure that you don't have bump steer. And that's one thing that the Trans Am currently doesn't have, and it probably has a lot of bump steer. Those look nice. This one is the 52121 strut tower brace. So this kind of goes in conjunction with some of their other parts that we'll get to here. But this is their strut tower brace. Wow. Okay, it looks like we got some parts in there as well. Oh yeah, if we take a quick peek at this, we got QA1 logo in the middle here. You can see it must be split right there to get that curve, and then they re-weld it, and it's braced in the back here quite a bit where they do split it, which is good to see. And then obviously this is where it's going to attach on the other end. Looks very nice. Powder coat looks pretty good. Very nice piece there. That is definitely one thing I wanted to add to the car to help out the, you know, stiffening the chassis to make sure we're getting the most out of it. So this is the 52122 Wonder Bar kit. So we all kind of know probably what the Wonder Bar is, or maybe you don't. If you don't know what the Wonder Bar is, it is basically a steering brace to brace or support the steering box, as that is a weak point in the chassis. There's nothing really triangulating that area. This brace ties two sides of the subframe together so it's nice and strong, just like this packaging, because I am struggling. Oh, they got the whatever you call it, the staples in there. They're good staples. Looks like more hardware. There was definitely hardware in the strut tower brace too. I like how all the little boxes say QA1 on it. That's nice. Oh yeah. This looks like a nice piece. Wow, what is this? So this is their 5, 2, 3, 4 lower control arms. Oh yes, this stuff looks heavy-duty. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a thick boy. Wow. This is a, just right off the bat, this is, a little different design. So I do have lower control arms on the car now. They're of a different brand, and I really kind of wanted to get the QA1 stuff. This looks good. You can see already how the bearing sticks out on the side like that, where the ones that I have, the polyurethane bushings go all the way to the end, and this looks like it's going to pivot better. Is a lot of stuff, what they say on all of these components are they want lower friction so the suspension can really articulate how it's supposed to. So it definitely looks like they're doing a good job there. Man, these are some heavy duty components. Plus this is on the car adjustable, so I can get the thrust angle of the rear axle set just right. Man, that looks nice. All right, if we're sticking with the rear chassis theme here with some of those rear lower control arms, let's jump to this bad boy, as this is their 5282 torque arm. So that's one thing that I definitely have been missing on my car, is a rear torque arm. Right now it is still factory, and I have it relocated off of the transmission, which is good. But one thing I'm missing with the car being lowered is a pinion angle adjustment. And I'm hoping, well, this will solve that. But yeah, look at that. Would you look at that?
Oh, would you look at that?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, there's a few more blemishes on the car.
Oh my gosh, just look at it.
The car is not perfect.
Just look at it.
Holy cow. Yes, this is heavy duty. Nice QA1 laser engraved in it. That's pretty cool. Seems like a really solid piece. The front is an energy suspension polyurethane bushing. Actually, it says energy suspension on there, so that's cool. I'm trying to think. I think that's the bushing that I already have, so I'll probably I might just save this one because I already have that bushing in there, but that's okay. Maybe I'll just use the fresh one. Might as well do that too. Nice on-car adjustability for the pinion angle. This is going to allow me to adjust my pinion angle to make sure that it's within specs, since the car is lowered, and adjusting the drivetrain and everything with the new 4L80 transmission in there. I definitely need some adjustability to set that where it is, because if I want to remember correctly, I'm like probably 3 degrees off of where I need to be for pinion angle. So this should hopefully get that back in the line of where it needs to be. Again, staying on the cue of rear suspension stuff, let's move to this one, which I believe, yes, this is the Pro Rear Coilover Adjustable Kit. So now we're getting into the real fun stuff. Oh yeah, QA1. Looks like these are the shocks. We got the spring here. And one thing I was curious, as it didn't really say on the website, but this is, so I went with the 200-pound springs in the rear for handling. So that's what we got here, a 10-inch QA1 spring. Yeah. Oh yeah, yep, that feels like 200. Very nice though.
Very nice. How much?
I didn't necessarily show you guys on the channel, but I took the rear shocks off of the car when I was painting to add the fuel tank and stuff during the LS swap. And let's just say that the shocks really aren't doing anything right now. So I'm really curious to see what kind of force output these guys can have on the new stuff. Oh, This looks sweet. Look at that. That is like Christmas. Oh, that comes out. Okay. And we got stickers, of course. Definitely got to take the shock out just to test it. Oh, look at that. You can kind of, oh, that's cool. You don't even have to cut it. So here's the star. So rebound's down all the way. Compression is down all the way. Feels pretty smooth, so let's go 3. I do like the clicks. Very nice, firm, satisfying clicks. Yeah, and that did something. Oh, yeah, that did something. Oh, oh. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that did something. Whew. I'm only on 6 clicks on the rebound, and roughly that 6 clicks is kind of somewhere in the, I don't know, I think what they were saying. So from the instructions, let's say, rear shocks for a nice ride and handling. 6 clicks is right on the edge of the nice ride and handling and the firm ride and improved handling. And then you can go 13 to 18 for aggressive handling. And I'm only at 6, and I mean, I can't even pull it out already. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's crazy, because the so that's on the lower setting, and it's already way more than the stock shocks that are in there, because the stock shocks that are in there now that I replaced how long ago, those things they weren't doing anything. You could push them in and out pretty easy. So let's back that off to like 4. Yeah, then it actually, oh yeah, okay. That is sweet, because we are going to have lots of adjustability to really dial in the ride quality how we want it. Woo! This looks sweet, doesn't it? I can tell already we are going to have full control over that suspension in the back, to be able to really dial in the ride quality that we want, because these things are definitely look like they're quality made. Let's jump to these, because I'm super curious about that. If this was just a different package, we'll toss that off to the side. But I'm curious to see, obviously, what's in this guy. I wonder what could be in here. All right, now we're maybe jumping to the front suspension. Obviously, we saw the strut tower brace and the Wonder Bar that goes into the front suspension. Those obviously looked very quality. Now we're moving to some other front suspension parts that are going to really, these I think are single-handedly going to really help the front suspension of the car. Oh yeah, we got control arms, obviously. Passenger right. So that's nice. They have them marked out for you. So I do want to pop this out though. Oh yeah. Pop this guy out so we can take a good look. All right. Yes, feels girthy. Very nice. A couple things that I really like on these control arms. You know, bump stop, obviously. Most control arms do have that. Feels pretty firm. But it's got composite bushings for in here. So apparently these really don't need a lot of grease, or barely any, really. probably will put a squirt in there, but since they're being composite, I'm pretty sure I saw that on the video, they don't really need grease. So this looks like definitely low friction is what they're going for. This pocket here, I don't think, we're not going to use this. This is for their spring slider setup, but kind of gave it away. We're not getting that. So, and then this is where the sway bar connects for the sway bar link. And then we got their, oh yeah, that does move pretty freely, their low friction ball joint here. Another item that I really like on here is that it has an integrated steering stop, which I think is going to come in handy because my steering actually probably goes a little bit too far and I would like to limit it, and I think this will definitely help. And I think if worst case, you know, you could always get a longer bolt too to set it exactly where you need to. But yes, definitely some nice quality part right here. This is definitely going to I think improve the ride quality as well and just the handling feel. All right, let's move on to this part. This is the front sway bar. And we got one giant sway bar. Now you can see we got, man, yeah, that's a big sway bar. We'll say that for sure. Yes, this is gonna be good.
It's good.
It's good.
I know that the Trans Am does have a pretty good sized sway bar already, but this is, I believe, a hollow sway bar. So a little bit of weight savings with basically the same diameter, I think that's on there. Plus it's really nice and freshly powder coated and doesn't look like poop. So yeah, this is going to be a good addition and work in conjunction with the rest of the parts. All right, last, not least that I'm going to open, and also probably the most crucial part, I would say. So obviously you heard me talking about their spring slider setup. I chose not to go with that as you have to run their front K-member, which I didn't want to do as we have our K-member cut and everything for the AC that I will be installing, and my mounts are all set and stuff. That would have basically caused a lot of rework for me and I didn't really see any benefit. So the benefit that you do get from the spring slider setup that they have for the 3rd gen F-bodies is you can run a wider tire. I'm only running a 245 up front, and that's all that I really want to run. I'm not going for, you know, max handling, everything. This is gonna see a lot of street duty. So 245 is perfectly fine. I got 275 in the back, and I can get away with just their front coilover setup. So again, we got, looks like a 10-inch spring in the front too. That's interesting. I thought that might be a little longer, but 10-inch spring, and these are the 350-pound springs, which would be their handling springs. Basically, you can get different spring rates for, you know, the different handling or street or whatever you want. I chose the 350 pounds for the handling. 3 boxes in here. We got this guy, There's some cool boxes too, I will say. Look at that. That is some nice branding and packaging, QA1. Good job on that. Man, that is some nice packaging, QA1. Definitely like that. Ta-da! Yes. So with this is the front coilover kit. So it comes with top strut mounts. So that's what this guy is. It is aluminum. It's got this big old mount on the bottom. Wow, that is a thick boy. And then it's got this little plate to basically show how much camber you have, which is pretty slick. I'm really interested to see how this works, how well this works once I get it set up, and how easy this is to adjust This is pretty nice in here though. This little plate, it really tucks in there. You probably really can't see it, but that plate really tucks up in there nice. It's got a nice machine groove in there. That's pretty slick. I mean, this is some nice machine work, I will say that, especially on like these guys. And then obviously this is just laser, and then they're pressing in studs there. But some of these other parts are really nicely machined. You know, hopefully this gives us good adjustability and, you know, repeatability, where we can kind of set this the same per side and get that really dialed in. And then I believe this hole right here is to actually help mount the strut tower brace. That's a guide hole basically to mount that. So curious on how that all works out as well. But these look very nice. All come nicely packaged. Yes, I'm excited for these as well. Okay, let's see. Whoa. Oh yes, front struts. Look at that. It totally is nested in there. That's cool. Oh yes. Look at this. Would you look at that? I'm saying that a lot, ain't I? We got the front strut mounts. We have, wow, this is really nice. That is cool. Made in the USA. That's cool too. Wow, this is a nice piece. This is a heavy duty unit. So this guy, look at that. I like that little adjuster wheel. That's pretty cool. So basically when this is in the car, then you can adjust the pressure and compression and rebound from this little knob in the engine bay. So you're not crawling underneath your car to make any adjustments. So let's see if we can kind of move this a little bit. The clicks aren't quite as firm. Oh, but yeah, it's doing something. That's crazy how much a couple turns makes a difference. And this thing has 18 clicks of adjustment on both the compression and the rebound. Whew, man, we are going to be able to dial this in. Man, this is a nice looking piece of equipment, you could say. Well guys, that's it for today. We unboxed all of my new QA1 stuff. It's basically, you know, a level 2 or 3 handling kit. You know, it's not necessarily an exact kit because I kind of built my own with stuff that I already had already on the car. So we basically got the full catalog minus the pieces that I already had. So yeah, my plan is to knock out basically kind of the rear section stuff, and then in maybe 1 or 2 videos, and then knock out the front section stuff as well in 1 or 2 videos. And again, I want to give a huge shout out to QA1 for sponsoring me and helping me be able to purchase this stuff and really test it out, as we're going to be able to test this out on the power tour, and hopefully maybe some track days as well coming up this summer. So I want to get this stuff knocked out over the winter here and really see what this stuff can do, as it definitely looks like it is some high quality parts, and I think it's going to make the Trans Am handle like it's on rails. So stay tuned guys, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.